Hello viewers, this is Just Fake Network TV, a place where you can get the latest information about Nigeria news and out the news in details. Buhari not responsible for Nigerians' debt. He inherited most from PDP administration. The social media in recent times has been filled with how President Muhammadu Buhari got Nigeria into debt and how the APC in 5 years has borrowed more than what the PDP borrowed in 16 years. But I want to argue that this assumption by many Nigerians is wrong. Well, based on the data from the Debt Management Office (DMO) office, as at June 2015, the federal government of Nigeria and 36 states had an external debt profile of $10.316 billion, while for domestic debt of the federal government, the accumulated value stood at $42.633 billion. And the domestic debt of states were $10.856 billion. Let's recall that the party in power still till May 29, 2015 was the PDP. PDP handed over to the Buhari's-led administration on May 29, 2015, as at this time there were a myriad of abandoned projects ranging from the second Niger Bridge, railway lines, road projects to power projects. Pensioners were being owed their allowances, gratuities, and emolument. Contractors had abandoned their sites for debt owed them. And even civil servants were groaning under non-payment of their remunerations. Truth is, taking over such huge responsibility is not an enviable situation to inherit, even by the most strong-hearted. Now, before we examine the Buhari-led administration debt profile, let us look at the debt incurred by the 36 states as at 2015, standing at $10.856 billion for domestic debt and part of the $10.316 billion owned in conjunction with the federal government of Nigeria. Can we honestly point at any tangible infrastructural project or even socio-economic schemes the states have put in place with the huge borrowings? Before anything, one needs to critically look at the situation on ground in the states with accumulation of this huge debt. Pre-May 2019-2015 in order properly blame those responsible. Still from DMO, according to the same document, the public debt as at June 2018 stood at $73.207 billion, with the federal government of Nigeria and 36 states accruing $22.083 billion in domestic debt, while the federal government of Nigeria alone had accrued $39.749 billion. From the data analyzed, public debt from 2012 to 2015 was $63.806 billion, while the debt figure by 2019 stood at $73.207 billion. Today, Nigeria's debt profile is put around $84 billion. And now let's do a little subtraction. If we take away $63 billion inherited in 2015 from $84 billion, presently what we have is just $21 billion, which the federal government of Nigeria in conjunction with states and the FCT have incurred in the 4 years of the APC-led administration. From this $21 billion, the APC government under President Muhammadu Buhari has been able to, among others, complete the building and revamping the hitherto moribund railways, building of bridges, rehabilitation of roads, fighting insurgency, payment of backlog of pension arrears and gratuities, contractors and civil servants, Biafran soldiers, stimulations of the economic, among so many others, too numerous to mention. And therefore, before anyone accuses President Muhammadu Buhari of putting Nigeria into debt, we must understand that the successive PDP administration of Olusegun Obasanjo, Umar Musa Yar'Adua, and Goodluck Ebele Jonathan got us to this point. Once again, Buhari remains committed to running a clean and transparent government devoid of corruption and looting of public funds. So guys, what do you think about this? Do you accept what is going on right now, saying that President Muhammadu Buhari is really working hard to the success of Nigeria? And a lot of people were saying that you must be very correct in your claims because it was the government of PDP that went borrowing from China, Egypt, Saudi Arabia and Dubai. It is the same PDP that is borrowing now from the World Bank and IMF. I think you need Socratic evaluation because there seems to have been some loose knot in your brain. With all the Treasury single hand accounts, TSA, the repatriated Abacha loot and the money you claimed you recovered from politicians, you are still blaming PDP after 5 years of power. I thought you were well equipped for governance after all the years you spent clamoring for powers. Now it is the same old story, worse than any government we have ever had. God will judge all of you who could not say the truth but still covering up the blame game. You APC propagandists, a whole bunch of criminals. Exactly. Now you can imagine they are actually shifting the blame to PDP people. Of course, during PDP tenure, things were not okay too. You know, they still keep borrowing money, but it is during President Muhammadu Buhari's tenure that things started getting worse. Like the borrowing of money increased. So I don't think to support President Muhammadu Buhari at this present time, saying that President Muhammadu did well, I will not support that. I will not support that. There are a lot of things that we can see with our two eyes that is going on presently in President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. So we cannot even say that it's just because of the PDP. Fine, PDP, during their own time, they didn't do well. But when you compare President Muhammadu Buhari's led government compared to Olusegun Obasanjo's led government, you can definitely say that President Olusegun Obasanjo government is far more better than President Muhammadu Buhari government. So what are we now talking about? We don't have to start shifting blames on PDP-led government. Everybody have their own lapses. Everybody has their own corner way of doing their stuffs. I can vividly say that President Muhammadu Buhari's government is nothing to write home about, according to what we are seeing right now. Be it the terrorists, be it the insurgency, the herdsmen, the insecurity, and all that. Anything you can think of. They are talking about pensioners. How many pensioners are collecting money? Are they giving money up to date? What are we now saying? What are we now talking about? And people were saying that this man is a big fool. If by way of your analysis, PDP borrowed $63 billion in 16 years and APC borrowed $21 billion in just 5 years, how much would they borrow in the next 11 years? The answer is 46.2. And now if you had 46.2 to 21, it will amount to 67. And that means if APC is allowed to rule for 16 years like the PDP, we will incur a debt of $67 billion. You can now judge who are more clueless between PDP and APC from the looks of things. Nothing new this government is doing. They are just doing the same. PDP did even worse. Exactly. So what are we now talking about? What are we talking about? Because Buhari have enslaved the unborn generation of this country. Millions of people have lost their job. Nepotism everywhere, corruption everywhere. There's unity in Nigeria. So why is it that Buhari has refused the appointment of acting appeal court president? Under Buhari, we have the worst recorded election in Nigeria. Till date, he fails to sign the electoral act with excuse to give way to rigging. Past government gave us freedom of speech. But here we are in this present administration. There is no freedom of speech anywhere. Here we are in this present administration. People are scared of saying the truth. So what are we now talking about? You know, and Nigerians are saying that I am really ashamed of you all. What are you arguing? APC, PDP, 90% of the people in PDP for the 16 years. You guys are shouting that turns Nigerians upside down are the same people in APC doing the something. You don't even ask yourself that Why should a government rule for 8 years without good results to show for it? He will impose his anointed candidate that will cover his weakness up and run to the Senate. A country is sinking, and you come on board and promise heaven and earth to pull out the sinking countries under 1 year. After 5 years, you are still blaming those that sank it, then which you are one of them. Nigeria is in a very big trouble. Let's just be realistic to ourselves. So guys, what is your own take? What do you think about this news? Your comment is highly appreciated, and kindly drop your comment at the comment section below. For those who subscribe, I want to say a very big thank you to you for subscribing. We'll say God bless you. If you're yet to do so, kindly press the subscription button below. And also please don't forget to press the notification button so that whenever we upload news, you will be the first person to watch our latest news. God bless you once again. Always stay safe. Bye.